Hello, everybody. I picked the mic. Sure, that sounds wonderful. Hope everyone's having a wonderful Wednesday evening. I know I am. I know I am. That's for sure. Now, we're going to be doing something. Something I have no business or experience doing in the slightest. In fact, the most coding experience I have is I made a half-functional Hearts of Iron 4 mod back in 2016, 2017. I actually think it might have been 2018. No, it was 2017. I took an intro to programming class my junior year of high school, which would have been 2018. Actually, I think it would have been 2019 at that point, but either way. Yeah. I had a little bit of experience working with HTML, CSS, and a little bit of Python. And I have forgotten all of that knowledge, and the notes are lost to time. So, we're going to try to make a game. Sure, we have tools to work with. We're not building it from the ground up. But if there's any coding involved, I'm going to be a fish out of water. Now, we did a little bit of research way back when, months ago. And this project was originally supposed to start months ago. But the damn thing didn't want to turn on. Or it turned on, but it wouldn't post an image. I couldn't figure out why. Well, it turns out one of the RAM sticks was just needed popped back out and back in. Shocker. Amazing. But that's besides the point. Because today, chat, look at this. Well, first of all, hello. We brought back second camera. And second of all, that's the wrong. Actually, that is the right mouse. This is the PC connected to a capture card. So yeah, that's pretty swanky, if I do say so myself. So we are going to be doing research again and figuring out what the heck we're gonna do. So let me see here. I got a ton of notifications. Let me just clear these out real quick. Like so. But yeah, we're gonna be gaming tonight. Well, actually, we're not gonna be gaming. We're not gonna do any gaming tonight. Like, kind of weird as a variety gaming streamer, not doing gaming. That's kind of crazy. Well, like when you think about it. But yeah, we're gonna be making a game. And I've decided we're going to do. I remember that they said Gen 3 was easier, but we're going to be doing Gen 4. Because I like Lucario. And we're not making Pokemon from scratch. We're going to be doing our own little thing. But first, we do need to make ourselves a thingy. I need. Give me this. Yeah, like that. Alright. YouTube. Alright. And we're going to. Hey, look. New clip was posted. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? Alright, anyways. Gen 4 Pokemon ROM Hack Guide. This is the wrong keyboard. Oops. Pokemon Gen 4 ROM Hack Tutorial. Here, let's do this. ROM Hack tutorials. And I think we're going to use, yeah, we're going to use, Gen 4.
Welcome everyone to the first episode in my series for
Oh, you know it's going to be a really, really good guide when the mic sounds like that. This guy knows what he's talking about. Saucy TTA. This dude knows what he's talking about.
for Pokemon ROM hacking. So if you're interested in hacking a Pokemon Platinum, Diamond, Pearl, Heart Gold, or Soul Silver, this is a tutorial for you. I highly recommend watching this entire video to the end because we're going to be covering a lot of ROM hacking basics, and it really helps out my channel if you watch all the way to the end. It helps this video get to more people who need to figure out how to do their first ROM hack. So today we're going to be looking at DS Pokemon ROM Editor, DSPRE for short.
That sounds incredibly useful. Also, my nose is running. Hang on. I did not take any Flonase today. So hopefully, as a result of my issue, let me just, there we go. I had to flip around because usually I keep it right here, or camera. It's like right off screen. But that's where I'm keeping the mouse for the other PC at. So yeah,
is the gold standard for hacking tools in Gen 4. So this is made by Ad Astra, who I've had the pleasure of working with on my ROM hacks before. Super smart dude, knows so much about hacking, probably one of the best ROM hackers out there. And we're going to be using this tool to start our first ROM hack. So I'm assuming that you already have your ROM picked out, you already have your NDS ROM file. Now it's illegal for me to share these online, but a simple search on the internet can find you one. So once you have your ROM, you're going to want to go to this GitHub page, which I'm going to link in the description of this video.
I might need to ask about that.
Video, and we're going to from there
Because
go to
Vim
the
is
releases in
no
the
longer a
right
thing.
hand column, and we're going to click on DSPRE Reloaded 1.9.2 or whatever the most recent version is when you're watching this. And
All right, hang on. So
go to the releases in one. So once you have your ROM, you're going to want to go to this GitHub page.
Okay.
Which I'm
take that over here. Notification. New subscriber, Mr. King. Yo. Awesome. Alright. Alright. Give me this. This. Wait, is this Internet Explorer? Wait. No, this is Microsoft Edge. I don't know why it's telling me to. Do that. Google. Bing. Um. Um. Opera. Download. Um. Hang on. Okay, hang on. So I have to manually put Opera on this thing. Got that. Awesome. All right. All right. Give me this real quick. Opera download. Download this. Not in pictures. Download. Cool. Awesome. Thank you. All right. Now where is my USB stick? There it is. Just. All right. Yeah. I have Opera GX set up on here, but I want just regular Opera for this. This isn't a gaming PC by any means, so let me downloads. Weird sounds when I do that. All right. And then eject. Cool. Also, let's bring the sound back for this, shall we? Just need to plug this in down here. Oh, there we go. There we go. All right. And then we go here. Accept and install. Accept. Bang. All right. So we got to download that. That is something we need to do first, is download this. We can honestly get some music running. Let me just, There we go. Now we got some background music. Oh, yeah. Take some ibuprofen. So let me just, these. Ba-ba-ba. Oh. Hmm. Cool. Like that. And then just pluck it. Put back. Actually, no. Just. Alright. Awesome. Alright. Let's see here. So I need. Type in GitHub. Asher. LD/DS dash Pokemon dash ROM dash editor. Shit, that works. Alright, so he said to go. This. Alright. Pause the music. Alright. So what do we do next?
I'm going to get a link in the description of this video, and we're going to, from there, go to the releases in the right-hand column, and we're going to click on DSPRE Reloaded 1.9.2 or whatever the most recent version is when you're watching this. And you're going to want to go to where it says the 7.
Okay, I figure as much, but you know, you never know when it comes to coding. Give me that. Oh, am I gonna need WinRAR? I need WinRAR. Hang on. Uh, download. Download the free trial. Download. Thank you. Alright. Let's just make sure that's set up real quick. Downloads. Run. Yes. Next. Next. Accept. Next. Alright. We need this to unzip files. Finish. Cool. Alright. Back to this.
Zip folder or file here, and we're going to save link as. So I'm going to save this in my ROM hacking tools folder, and I'm going to look at the 7-zip file.
He has a lot of tools.
Right here, and I'm going to use 7-zip to extract to DSPRE Reloaded 1.9.2, and it's going to make me this new folder with the application. Super simple to set up.
Alright, so we need to make some files on this computer. This PC. Alright. We'll go under program files. New folder. Hello? Okay. Rename Y. Why? All right. ROM hack. All right. File Explorer. Downloads. This. One ROM. Okay. Close that. Call it DS PRE. Cool. All right, and then wait, we just move this over like this. Wait, open this. There we go, and then take this. Bang. Continue. Awesome. All right. Close that. Create shortcut. There we go. Yo, what's up, Mario? Game dev time, indeed. Indeed. I don't know what I'm doing. We're watching a tutorial because, you know, you know, this guy seems to know what he's doing. I don't.
Really user friendly. So let's start by double clicking on this, opening up, and you're going to want to click on this DS Fury with the little Pokeball icon on it. So we're going to start by opening ROM. You can click this button right here, and you're going to find your ROM. So for me, I have a Heart Golds. You can do this for any Gen.
Now, the real question is, how do I get my hands on one of these? Because Vims is no longer an option. Is Pink online right now? Oh, yeah, she sent me this. Hey, give me that. Thank you, Pink. In fact, just because. Maybe you already go follow her. She's awesome. She's a great PokeTuber. Wait. I just realized I downloaded that onto my actual PC. Wait a minute. Hang on. I need this on my actual like. I'm gonna get so confused. I'm gonna do that so often where I'm just clicking the wrong damn thing. All right. S. Gosh. Games.net. I changed my mind. I'm like, you know what? I really like Lucario, and I kind of want to, make a ROM hack that has Lucario in it. So we're doing that instead. Games.net slash Pokemon dash ROMs slash. There we go. Alright. Yeah, we got all these. Thinking we do Platinum. Because Platinum is the best Gen 4 game. Did it download? Uh-oh. Well, that's a problem. Problem. Did you download on my computer? Wait. No, it didn't. Oh, no. Oh, no, what? What do you mean? Wait. Shit. Man. Um, Pokemon? It's NDS that he wanted, right? He wanted the NDS, right? Uh, yes. Same game. Don't tell me it's down. That would suck. There we go. Okay, so it was just scuffed for a second. Whew. All right, we can we'll bring the music back for a little minute. Why does it focus on the mic? Focus on me, you stupid camera. Also, Mario, what do you think of second camera? Desk cam. Now when I'm looking at my phone, you can see me looking at my phone instead of me just looking down. Oh, now I can see the sweat drip off those palms. Ba-da-ba. How's the TikTok doing since I posted it? 27 views. Not bad. Alright, I see Messenger in general. I love how most of this is not getting picked up by the microphone as I smack my desk. If I see, but like if I do this. Oh, it picks that up. Oh, it picks that up. I'm sure that was absolutely lovely to listen to. Oh. Nope, it's this mouse. It's no mayonnaise, but it'll do. If it wasn't 9 p.m., I'd get the snare drum out for you. It's sitting right there. But people are trying to go to sleep. And I don't want to be crucified in my own bedroom. Alright, did this download? Cool. All right. ROM hack. New folder. ROM. It's this keyboard. ROMs. All right. Yes. Awesome. Really just need a button on my stream deck for this where I can just pause and unpause this music. Honestly, just need a full-blown stream deck. Put it right here. Or actually just have it like right here would be best. I can just instead of this thing, because this thing I only get 3 buttons on a page, really, because there's the arrow keys. So it's nice, but it's limited. That's for sure. All right. I put that back. I need you, Big Papa. Oh wait, wait. First. He said, "Fuck, that's the wrong mouse." Let's just open this up. Yes, run it. Huh? What the fuck am I downloading? What am I downloading? Why am I downloading it? Did it download? Run it. Run it. Run it! Yes! And now it's opening. This is Windows 10. What do you mean it's not supported on this operating system? It's Windows 10. Why can't it be easy? Why? Why can't it just be easy? So what? More information. Why do you think it would be? Yeah, but what do you mean? What I want to know is... Okay, what do I... Is it because this is originally a Windows 7 computer? It thinks it's Windows 7? Is that what this is? I just want to make a ROM hack, man. Why do I gotta jump through 30 hurdles? So, close this. Close this. Rerun this. So can I just... Support. Am I just gonna have to bite the bullet and do it on this computer? And just pray to God it'll install a virus? Because I thought it was being cool, putting it on a different machine, all that, doing all this cool coding on a different machine, but no. No, it says it doesn't support this operating system, even though the operating system is fucking Windows 10! Did my stream just crash? Bitrate's unstable. Probably not helping, but I have no idea what just happened. I don't like you. I don't like you at all. Fuck you. Just sitting here in silence thinking. Because, like, yeah. What? Oh, support dot net 4.8.1. and can be installed on older versions like Windows 7 and Windows 8. Oh, well, just out of curiosity. Just out of curiosity. Okay. Okay. So, what you're telling me is .NET 4.8.1 is supported by Windows 10, and I have Windows 10 Pro. Okay. Okay. Which is a supported build. Yeah. And I go. Where'd it go? I don't know. Went, man. What if I install through this? .NET. I don't even care if I spelled it wrong. Stop it now. Alright. What happens if we install Windows Net 9.0? Where's the demo? Oh, here it is. Right? I don't know what I'm. Okay. I don't know why it beeped at me. That's concerning. But run. I agree. Yes. Oh, but that works. What do you mean? So, does that mean... Oh, I know, I downloaded the fucking core, that's why. It's not what I need. Wait. No, 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 no. Go back. Wait, what do I need? What do I need? Net framework. Net framework. Okay. Okay. What exactly is my operating? Operating system exactly. Enter. System. That's a 1703. That's a 17. What am I missing here? I have version 1703 Windows 10 operating system, which is a supported version of .NET. The fucking .NET framework. I need to run this app. But when I tried installing it, it told me that that's not a supported operating system. .NET framework 4.8. Try downloading it again. Save it here. Yeah. No. 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 Alright. Downloads. Wait, no. That's not right. That's right. It's this one. It's this one, right? Right. Yes. License. I'm just gonna put music on. We're just gonna raw dog this shit for right now. That bar's moving, right? Best way to know if a bar's moving is just line up with your mouse and see if the pixels move. The throbber is lagging, so Chat. I really hate technology sometimes. Who's all streaming tonight? Pink streaming. Oh, it's a 1-year affiliate anniversary. Yo, that's sick. Crazy's playing Peak. Jiren's playing Legend of Heroes Trails of Gold Steel 3. Bargrith is playing Mario Kart World. Turok's playing Crypt Custodian. Playing Mario Kart Wii. Oh! Oh shit, all I had to do was look away. Okay. Why did it work that time? I haven't even started. It's giving me this much trouble. Oh, I bet you're laughing in there with Spoon and Propane right now. You're just laughing at my misery. I love coding, Charlie. I love coding. Alright, what happened? Oh. Okay. This PC. ROM Hack. Yep. Pay to quick access. Open. Continue. To the video. Alright, no, that's Chrome. I don't want Chrome. I want my Opera tab. Alright.
For hack, I'm just going to demo with Heart Gold since I just made Garbage Gold. And we're going to open this DS file up. And so it's gonna prompt you if you've already opened it, like, do you want to re-extract this stuff? But basically,
Wait, what did he do?
Application. It's super simple to set up, really user friendly. So let's start by double clicking on this, opening up, and you're gonna want to click on this DSPRE with the little Pokeball icon on it. So we're gonna start by opening ROM. You can click this button right here, and you're gonna go find your ROM. So for me, I have a Heart Golds. You can do this for any.
That's what I did. Open. .nds. Hello, Jordan. What is that? What does that mean? Okay, so if I open it, does something happen? Is it supposed to do
A Gen 4
something?
hack, but I'm just going to demo it with Heart Gold since I just made Garbage Gold. And we're going to open this DS file up. And so it's gonna prompt you if you've already opened it. If
That's not
not,
what it prompted me to do. All right. So maybe, hang on. Maybe just, um, that's just a regular platinum. I can't even open the damn thing without having it. I couldn't even open the damn editor without an issue. Now I can't even open the damn ROM without an issue. Alright. Rename this. This doesn't look right. From other ROMs I've had, this doesn't look right. So I'm gonna try to make it right. Continue. Access to the... Oh my god! I know what it is. 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 Run as administrator. This should work. Motherfucker! Alright. It's a lot of numbers. That's a lot of numbers. A lot of data. So we have a matrix. So we have a... Make... Oh, can I not make... Oh, you won't make... Oh, I have to deal with it in 1080p on a 1080 monitor? Reduce... Oh. So I have a header editor. Matrix editor. Map editor? Oop. Wait. Go back. Map it. Yo, that's actually like. Actually. Kind of cool. That's a lot of stuff. Okay. Of it. Scripts. Fuck, I was hoping there wouldn't be any coding involved. I thought I could just move shit around, but no. No, I want to do Gen 4 with those fancy shit. I'm willing to bet this most of the cutscene shit happens is in the scripts. Loading it. What's this? What the hell did I... Oh. 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 Oh my... Oh. Oh. There's a lot of unused. Okay. We're gonna poke around this for a little while, so let's... Okay. Building editor. Oh. Okay. This is so much. Okay. What am I? I know, but like, I'm just trying to figure out what things. So. Okay. 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 This is gonna take a long, many years, I feel, before it's actually in a finalized state, I feel. Hey, Ruby! You missed it. I absolutely lost my shit earlier because my computer, this PC decided, hey, you just don't get to open the app. And I'm like, okay. And then when I installed the thing that lets me open the app, it's like, you don't have the right operating system. Double keyboard cam. This is for this PC. This is for the actual PC, because, Yeah, it's we're playing it safe when we're downloading things of dubious circumstances. It's a ruby. Oh, Mario doesn't have to shout you out. Um, Bang! You've been shouted out. Oh, that's okay. If it had been a bot, Mario wouldn't have even been at the keyboard because he's never here when I have bots. He's always conveniently looking away. I say, we bring back the Mr. Tutorial Man, who kind of looks like Timu Markiplier. Not gonna lie. Like it's
We extract the stuff, but basically what it's doing right now
doesn't sound
is
like
opening
Timu
up the ROM and
Markiplier though.
unpacking it. So we're immediately faced with this big piece of information here. So let's understand what all these different tabs do before we start, trying to edit anything. So the first thing is the header editor. Now a header is a section of information that is contained for a region of the game. So for instance, if I wanted to open the header for, let's say, Route 1, I click on R01. Now you're probably wondering, like, how do I find the header?
Oh, okay, okay. That makes
So,
sense.
for
I
instance, you can
understand
look up
that.
Cherry Grove and then hit go, and it brings you to all
Hello,
in Cherry Grove.
hello
So
there,
there's a
everybody.
bunch of different
I'm Timo
headers
Player.
for this area. So let's just take a look at this first one. And whenever you see T and then a number, that refers to a town. So this is Cherry Grove City. This is the town overworld you would see when you're walking around. So there's a drop-down menu here. This is the first thing. So this is the name of the location. And this list of names comes from a text bank that you can edit, and we'll work on that in another time. So you can drop down here and click on what its name is going to be. You also have settings for what kind of place this is, and so just select one of these ones here. You don't really need to edit these very much. You don't also need to touch the internal name either. You can just leave that be. So the area icon is this little drop down here. So if you look at this picture here, that's how it's going to appear when you walk into the area. So now you have the appearance and sound. So for Cherry Grove City, it has Cherry Grove City music. I'm going to do an entire tutorial on music editing because it's very complicated. But for now, we're just selecting which music is already in the game that we want to use. So there's this giant drop-down menu here. You can do all...
Wait, does that mean I get to put in my own music if I want to? I like that.
all sorts of different things that are preloaded. You can even do an Arceus battle event music, Pokewalker music, different themes like Radio Tower. You get the point. You also have your weather. You can change it to something like rain. You see this is what it's going to look like. It's raining. There's a bunch of different rain ones. You can have snow, sandstorm, which only affects in battle, and then you have stuff like fog, which makes it harder to see, so you have to use defog. Darkness, so have to use flash, and then darkness after flash, which is slightly larger, and then you have low light. So there's a bunch of different things you can do here, and I should also mention that rain and sandstorm and snow all affect battles. So if I wanted to have an area that has perma-hail, I could just click snow, and then all the battles have perma-hail. So we have different camera angles. You can just really look through these and see which one fits your ROM the best. Now we get into the real meat of your ROM hack. These things are all kind of nice. You can just change them, pretty user friendly.
Oh.
So we have things like scripts. So scripts are the backbone of your ROM hack. This is what happens when you talk to an NPC, when you get your starter. Basically anything you can interact with the game has a script associated with it. So you want to edit your scripts using the open scripts, and this will open the corresponding file to wherever you are in your game. So anytime you want to edit a script, you always want to go to the header first and then open scripts from there. Otherwise, you'll edit the wrong file. Same thing with events. So events are things like NPCs, items on the ground, and anything that's interactable, like a cut tree or a strength rock, rock smash rock, all those. And lastly, you have the texts, which are obviously just the text that NPCs talk to you, or like when you pick up an item, and it will open the text bank specific to your area. And
Yeah,
there's a couple
yeah.
other settings here, like can you use fly, escape rope. These are pretty self-explanatory, like indoors.
Listen, I don't know if you remember, Jordan, but I did try making a Hoi mod back in like 2017, and while I could never get it to publish right, I did like correctly edit the game. So like I understand how to do this. It's just I remember how long it took me to just make a country file, let alone give it territory, give it troops, give it like edit factory values. Like I remember this.
Obviously don't use
And I'm
fly,
just thinking
but since I'm standing in a town,
there's a lot more that goes into a Pokemon game than Hearts of Fire when it comes to individual moving parts that I'm trying to edit.
I can use fly. I'm not in a dungeon, so I don't have the escape rope checked. And you can choose if you're in Heart Gold or Soul Silver, what kind of Pokemon can follow you. Um, so the last thing in this that we need to take a look at is the matrix number and area data.
Yeah.
So the matrix is something I'll get into in just a second. The area data has to do with the graphics. So what texture pack is associated with your area and what objects models are associated with it. And this is something we'll get into when we do mapping. The matrix is what I want to get into next. So you notice how we're in matrix 0? Matrix 0 is the overworld map. So let's click on open matrix. And this will head us over to the matrix editor tab. So at first glance, this looks kind of overwhelming. There's like a lot of zeros and stuff popping around. But if you'll stand back a little bit, you can see this is the Johto overworld map. And if we scroll over, this is the Kanto overworld map. And so same thing for Sinnoh, for all of you Devon Pearl and Platinum ROM hackers out there. You can go to map files, map headers. So if I want to find the header for like an area of the game, I can just double click on it and it will open it up for me. So this will open up Cherry Grove City. If I go back here and I click on 060, this opens up New Bark Town. Another really cool thing you can do with this is access the map files. I can double click on it and it will unpack the map editor Narc. So this will open up the map file for New Bark Town. And you can't edit it in DSP. There's a separate tool which I'll go over in another video. But this is the overworld map. This is what you'll actually see. So it has a viewer which is super nice, and there's a lot of different things you can do in this tab. Those I will get into further in map editing, but for our purposes right now, what we're just going to be doing is being like, okay, I can just make sure that this is the right area that I'm editing. So you can open the map. There's different things like move permissions, which tell you which tiles you can walk on. 3D model, this is just how you import and export models. You need a different tool to create them. Terrain data, which is like which tiles you can walk on. And there's things like sound plates, so if you're near water, it'll make a splashing sound. Also in the matrix editor, use edit map heights. So this just tells you the relative height. Most of them are 0, since the terrain is pretty flat in Pokemon games. And then you can see on the sides, like there's like some hills and mountains, and those are higher. So they have 16, 10, like that. You usually don't touch those unless you're doing pretty in-depth map editing. Let's also take a look at the NSBTX editor. This is basically how you edit your textures. Again, this kind of goes more into more in-depth mapping, and you can see over here, like I mentioned before, you have different area datas. So for instance, Cherry Grove City, we were looking at area data 2, and so the textures and objects associated with area data 2 are used for Cherry Grove City. So area data 2 uses map textures file number 2. So this is texture pack 2. This is this one right here. And it uses building textures 0. So if you select buildings, NSBTX, then this is going to
We're going to get a little lecture right now.
All the building textures that you need. So that's something you won't edit too much unless you're doing in-depth map editing. So now we get into the meat and bones of making a ROM hack. And it's these 3 next tabs. So we have event editing. And this will unpack the event editor the first time you click on it, so just give it a second. And we also have a script editor, and we have a text editor. So if you want to edit, what happens in an area, so if you want to have a new NPC that gives you an item or a Pokemon or something, you use these 3 tabs in conjunction to do that. So let's look at Cherry Grove City. Whenever we open an event, a script, or a text bank, we are always going to do it from the header. This one will open script 850. So we're going to open that real quick and it'll pop up here. So you have 3 different things: scripts, functions, and actions. I'll get into those in just a second. We also want to open the events next, and that will show you a little top-down view of Cherry Grove City and all the little dudes walking around here. And it'll show you triggers, it'll show you top-down view of the different buildings. So it gives you an overall view of what's going on to help you place your NPCs and your triggers and your warps. And the last thing you want to do is open your text bank. So you'll notice like it says, oh, you're a rookie trainer, aren't you? I can tell, blah, blah, blah. And this is the guy who gives you the running shoes and all that stuff. So this is how you can edit the text. So, for instance, if I wanted to make a new NPC, I would go into the event editor, and I would go to one of these tabs right here. So there's 4 different things. There are spawnables, which are things that are kind of like a miscellaneous item. So it could be like a board, a hidden item, some miscellaneous thing you can interact with. For the most part, you'll be using overworlds. So if I right click on, say, this guy, this is one of the overworlds, and his ID is number 1, and his overworld entry is the way he looks. So there's a big list here of different overworld entries, and the reason there's so many for Heart Gold is because you need following Pokemon. So if I just click on this one, this is like a Murkrow. I could click on this one, this is an Arceus, so you can get pretty creative with it. And I can tell the ROM if he's going to be a trainer, an item, or something of that nature. Obviously, this is not an item.
Did not like him making him an item.
I want to keep him usually as none. So there's a little box over here that tells you what this NPC does. And so this one right here has ID number 1, flag 0, and script 0. And so if I wanted to make this NPC do something, I would change this script to a different script over here. So let's take a look at the scripts real quick. Let's take a look at our first NPC script. So how does this work? Let's take this guy, for instance. He has a ID number of 5, so it refers to this guy right here. So if you want to reference him in a script, he's overworld 5. He has a flag. Basically, if the flag is true, then he'll show up on the screen. So you can toggle them on and off. And he's script 10. So let's look at this guy here and go over to our script editor and scroll down to script 10. And so this will do a bunch of different commands and will execute a certain function in the overworld. This guy is the cameraman, so he will do a little picture of you and your Pokemon on, I think, certain days of the week. So you see there's all these CMD scripts right here, and those are kind of like confusing, and it says like jump if, check album, there's all these different commands. Now, luckily, some people in the community have made a script documentation. So if you look at this, it's called the script commands here, the skirkum. I'll put this link in the description below, and this basically tells you all of the different functions and what they do, and some notes on them, how to use them, etc., etc. So I look at the Heart Gold Soul Silver tab at the bottom here. Basically anything you can think of will be in this document. So let's open back up in DSPRE, and you'll notice that there are scripts that call functions. So it says jump function here. This will refer you to a function. So functions are different things that anything can call multiple times. You basically start with a script, and those will jump you to functions, and those will jump to other functions. And this is, if you've ever taken coding in like school or on your own free time, then this is pretty familiar to you. It says function this number, and it will do something.
Yeah, I recognize functions.
Another function, or it'll just end, and then it'll release you back into the overworld.
That's basic HTML right there,
function 7,
and I remember that.
If I open it up, it says I'll show you this message, I'll wait for you to click A, I'll close the message, and then I'll release everything. Pretty simple. And so I'll get into how to construct your own functions and scripts in another video, but this is just a quick overview. Lastly, we have actions, and so actions are things that the character on the screen will do. So like have an exclamation point over its head, or freeze, which is just wait for a second.
Okay. Yeah.
Action 4 here will have you walk left fast, and then that will go for 1 step. Walk fast up, and that's for 9 steps. That's what this number is here, and these are all in hex. So if I wanted to do like 10 or more steps, I do like an A here, a B here, all the way up to an F. But for now, I'll just leave it at 9. And you'll notice when I change this file,
Okay.
there's this little asterisk up here. And so whenever I change something, I'm going to have to click Save Current File before I switch to another tab, like a different script file or something, or else my changes won't save. So be sure to click Save Current File often.
Yes, Discord open.
13. So we find
Nice
message
messing with me.
13 in our text editor. And this will play this message number 13 here. And so it'll say, you got a Pokemon at the lab, what a waste, blah, blah, blah. This is Silver talking to you saying, you know, he should have had that Pokemon or whatever. And you can play a message and then close it, and it will just pop up on your screen with a little text box, and it'll just scroll through the message and close it. If you want to edit what people say, you can really just look through the text bank and just type in whatever you want. The only thing that you have to be careful of is parsing the text yourself. So what do I mean by that? You'll notice that there's these little symbols here like /n or /r. Sometimes you'll see a /f in these, and those will be like making your new lines. So /n means /new line. So you'll notice how I have a little bit of text here and a little bit of text here, and this /n will just put this next part on the second line so it doesn't run off the screen. Same /r, you'll notice happens after a /n. And so for this one, so /r clears the text box and starts the next text on a fresh one. So then you'll go onto like the next screen and it'll say,
Okay,
I don't
that makes
need
sense.
it, so do you want it? And /r will close that. If you want to do something like appending a new line, you can append a new line of text and, just type whatever you want there, click Save Current Archive, and you'll be able to reference message 25. You also have your camera editor. You want to configure overlay 1 as uncompressed before proceeding, and so you just hit yes, and so we're going to uncompress this overlay so that we can take a look at our cameras. And so this is kind of complicated, but basically it's just change in your header editor what each of these do. So it changes how far away the camera is, how much it sees, how wide it is. So you can actually make your own camera angles using this. And you'll have to play around with that a little bit to get a good camera angle. I will go over this in a separate video because it's a lot more complicated than I have time for right now. The last thing that people are probably going to want to know about is the trainer editor. So you can create any custom trainer in
What do you mean,
Ruby?
Commented on my TikTok. She was just in my chat.
Of your trainer. So there's a lot of freaking trainers here. So how do we find the right one? Well, let's say we want to go to 30. And so we'll click on that. This is Route 30 here, and we're going to open events. This guy's going to be a trainer. Okay, so let's take a look at the events here. It says script 3248, which corresponds to this trainer here, which is Bug Catcher Dawn, which is number 249. So you want to look at this, and you're going to go over to your trainer editor, and you're going to go down to 249. Look, that's Bug Catcher Dawn, and then you can edit whatever you want here. You want to choose moves, choose party items, which allows you to, give it a hold item. It allows you to drop down and choose a move, so I could give it like double kick, I could give it like shadow force, whatever. The AI you want to use here is very important, otherwise the trainer will not do what you want it to do. There's things called basic, evaluate, attack, and expert. You always want to have these checked because these three combinations of AI flags will make the AI make the best decisions in general. Things like risk and damage priority, and status, baton pass, tag strategy, check HP, and weather. These are things you don't really need to have equipped. In fact, the champion of every region will have just these three AI flags. Now, if you want to use a trainer that has self-destruct or explosion, then you should put risk because there's more likely chance that it'll use it. You can also come down to the trainer class, and you can edit the trainer class itself. So if I want to change the bug catcher to like bug dude, I could do that and hit save class, and now all bug catchers become bug dudes. So he's bug dude Dawn, as you can see up here.
Okay.
DV is its a combination of its IVs and its nature. So you can't choose the nature or your IVs in DSPRE, but what you can do is give this a value between 0 and 255. And 255 corresponds to all
Also,
31 IVs,
can we
and
talk about the big Yoshi behind him? Big Yoshi.
0 corresponds to all 0 IVs. And then numbers in the between scale. If you want to look more into this, you'll have to use Poke Editor, which is a different tool. Last tab here is table editors. And so this is
Something with that.
different types of special effects. So you'll see there's different gym leaders and they use different combos. And so each gym leader, like let's take Faulkner for example, when he arrives on the screen for your gym fight, he'll do this little animation here. And there's different frames, there's different sprites that the game has, and it combines them into an animation. A nice thing about this, if I click on this leader uses combo, this combo here means it's going to use a specific effect. So like this intro screen, you know, he pops on your screen with like the cool music with this like mug shot and the battle starts. And it also shows a different music this played. So 1118 refers to the Johto Gym Leader music. If you go into this drop down list here, so 1118, it doesn't show you what it is because typically you don't use that music in the overworld. But you know, if you wanted to put gym leader music on Route 30, you could do that. It'd be kind of weird, but it's up to you. And it's battle SSEQ. I'll get more into this when we do music editing. That just refers to the song number. So a lot of people want to do trainer editing and wild Pokemon editing. Now, let's go to Route 30. So let's just type in 30, hit go. Okay, we're at Route 30, and we're going to open the editor. So just like things like scripts and events and text, there's an archive that goes for each of those. So we're going to open the editor for wild Pokemon. Now this takes a second to open up, but it's the same idea as everything else we've done so far. Essentially, there is a file that corresponds to this area, and you just have to edit that file in this editor. So the editor will be different depending on what game you're editing. There's one for Sinnoh and one for Johto/Kanto. So we're going to look at both the grass and the ground and the water. And so if you click on it, it'll take a second to open up, pops up. And so we can edit water and grass or ground. And so you'll usually want to keep morning, day, and night all the same. There's different percentages that you can encounter. That means there's a 20% chance I find a Pidgey, but there's also a 10% chance I find a Pidgey. There's also a 4, 4, 1, and 1. And so basically, if you just add up all those percentages, that gives you a 50% chance of finding a Pidgey on the first route. So that makes sense. You add up all those percentages. You also have your encounter rate, which is a number from 0 to 100, which is just the percent chance every step that a encounter will happen. And so for caves, it's usually like 10 or 5, and for grass, it's like 25. The other thing you want to look at are the water encounters. And so things like the surfing have 15% rate of finding an encounter, and these work a little bit differently. So you have a min level and a max level instead of like grass where you have an exact level. So this gives you a range you can find these in. And these only have 60, 35, 4, and 1%. So you have a little bit less choice. I recommend making all of your fishing rods 100%, so you don't have to sit there fishing. It's kind of boring. And so these are all pretty self-explanatory. Once you're done, hit Save Encounters. It'll say this encounter file is saved. Then you hit X. And let's say you did a bunch of edits and you're done for the day. You'll want to hit this little floppy disk, Save ROM. And so in the beginning, when we opened this ROM, what happened was it unpacked all of the files and narcs. And headers, overlays, all that stuff. What we're going to do now is we're going to hit save, and this is going to compact it all back together. This is called packing the ROM, and you'll always do that. Luckily, the DSPRE does this automatically, so you just have to click save and whatever file. So I'll just call this Heart Goals Test, and then I'll hit save, and you'll see it's repacking narcs. It'll tell you something here. The ARM9 file, this ROM is currently uncompressed, but marked as compressed. Do you want to mark the ARM9 as uncompressed? So we'll just say yes. It'll say heartgoldtest.nds. And so you can open that in your emulator or whatever, hit play, and your changes should be there. So that is about all for this video. I hope that it helped you, and I really encourage you to play around with DSPRE. It is a great editor. Um,
Oh yeah, it's gonna take a while, but it's also late, and anything past this point, I will not retain. Unfortunately, did not plan on spending an hour just trying to get the damn thing to work. So, I will probably in my own time do a little bit of research, get the basic framework worked out. So, yeah. Let's not go anywhere though, because we are going to raid out because a certain PokeTuber is celebrating her stream anniversary. So let me get that calamari incantation going. And yeah, hope you guys did enjoy. I know I certainly did. I want to thank everybody for stopping by. When it comes to future streams, tomorrow we're not doing anything big because I'm working a closing shift. So, yippee! Friday I'm working a closing shift, but I will be home. Hopefully around 11, so we can run that. Saturday. Oh, by the way, Friday will be a Crusader Kings 3 stream where we do some more, a little bit of mega campaign and do a little bit more crusading, as one might say. We did actually go on a crusade. I forgot about that. Saturday is going to be a bunch of small compartmentalized streams where we do a bunch of backlogs and all that throughout the day, where we take breaks in between and go live again. Sunday we'll return to Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, continuing the story of Ezio Auditore da Firenze. And of course Monday we will be peaking, so keep an eye out for that. But let me get this raid started. We're gonna go give some love to Pink, because it's her affiliate anniversary. That's not Pink, that's Pink. So we're gonna go give her some love. And yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy it. And as always, the entire week we will be doing morning streams, so don't worry. Even tomorrow, even though it won't be a big stream, we will still get our coffee in the morning. But that's gonna do it for me. I hope you guys did enjoy, and until next time, take care and have a wonderful rest of your night.